Hey guys, this is Jayant Ukhat. I am going to speak about a special purpose acquisition company called SBE today. SBE stands for Switchback Energy and will close its merger with ChargePoint in the next 5 to 6 weeks. As a result, SBE is showing a massive potential in terms of growth, especially under Biden's presidency. He has already promised to set up about 500,000 EV charging points only in the United States within the next 10 years. So, because of that, there is a really big growth potential for SPE. So, this is great news for investors. Before we dive deep into it, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done it yet. Also, hit the bell icon so that you'll be notified once my new video has been posted. Okay, let's get right into it. SBE popped up about 15% on Tuesday and is still up about 11%. And what made actually this is so interesting to the investors? Let's take a look at it. The reason for this is the company will be closing its merger with the electric vehicle charging network company, which is called the Charging Point, in the next 6 weeks. So this is great news for the investors. And along with that, the current market environment caused extra excitement about SPE among the investors as well. So as a result, guys, we saw some big companies coming in and investing on SPE. One thing I also want to note here, ChargePoint operates one of the oldest and largest electric vehicle charging networks, and the company says it owns about 73% market share of the North American level 2 charging networks, and where its closest competitor has only 10% market share. So you can kind of imagine how big of a company this is. So this is the real deal, guys. Switchback Energy predicting a total infrastructure development investment of about 60 billion in the next 10 years, and also they're planning of increasing that up to about 180 billion within the next 20 years. So this shows clearly that they're going to go big on this, and this is again great news for the investors. Take a look at this chart, guys. Now this is the daily chart of SBE, and you see end of September 2020, the share value is somewhere here, which is the value is around $10, and within a span of 3 months went up by another 100%. Now it is around $22. Investors who are interested in investing in electric vehicles are now looking for other opportunities. This is why infrastructure development, like EV related infrastructure development companies, are in the limelight. Investors are now focusing on the infrastructure support services as well. So this is why companies like BLNK, as in Blink, and ChargePoint has a great growth potential, because they come under infrastructure support for EV trade. And for talking about BLNK, which is another similar company to SPE, who owns and operates its own network of charging stations. They recently introduced a cable management system to enhance its product offerings. So this is another reason SPE price to go up like crazy. The reason being, this is like a small emerging technologies sector, right? So any improvement by an individual, any improvement or advancement by an individual operator, likely to help to grow the whole sector. So, and Switchback Energy shows actually a massive potential of in the charging market, and it is also expected to grow 10x in the coming years. Also, there is another great news to add to it, where the company also announced on Tuesday that its system now integrates with Apple CarPlay, which is an awesome news for its users. This way, it becomes more user friendly. Actually, Apple's teaming up with ChargePoint and put in their location finders in the software is great product enhancement from the investor's perspective. On the other hand, automakers must convince their probable or would-be customers that EV infrastructure is adequate. So this will help to effectively tackle EV range anxiety and encourage the customers to make their EV purchases. Anyways, charge point management doesn't need to worry that much about the business risk because irrespective of the auto brand, charge point will be able to serve all the EV customers across all brands. So in that way, charge point has a wider consumer network covering pretty much all EV brands. So that's a great opportunity the company has. The company is working towards bringing infrastructure closer to home and work. So SPE, they have taken the initiative to install EV charging stations at apartments. So this really encourages EV purchasers and even the tenants to stay long term with the products. So we talked about a lot of good news about the company, and also there are a few challenges you have to take into consideration before you make your investment decision. The first one is the rising novel coronavirus cases. The surge of coronavirus cases will definitely result in more lockdowns and more travel restrictions and more work from home situations. So this will really affect the EV auto trade as well as the support services, and the reduced gasoline prices is another factor. So it will negatively affect on EV auto sales. Also, in terms of cutting down the costs, customers will definitely prefer low cost combustion regular cars, so that they can cut down on the costs. So obviously EV vehicles are higher in terms of pricing, so that is another disadvantage. So these factors you have to take into consideration before you make your investment decision really. Also, these factors make us a little bit more hesitant in going for SPE all in terms of investing. But this has a greater potential to become a stronger player in the long run. And also, it has a real pathway towards long term success. So, the long term picture seems very favorable for ChargePoint. So let's summarize all we discussed here, guys, about SPE. So the first one is the company is merging with ChargePoint, which is a plus point. And the next one is Switchbank is planning to invest 60 billion on infrastructure development within the next 10 years. And they're going to extend that to about 180 billion, 180 billion in the next 20 years. Next one down is setting up of 500,000, over 500,000 charging points in the US alone. So that's a great news. The next one down is the company is working with Apple's CarPlay to bring the product more closer to the user, which is great news. And also they're in 16 different European markets. Also they have their presence in North America. And last one down is the Chinese market growing up about 20% of all cars EV. So they also need some heavy upgrades in their infrastructure as well. So which is great news for the product. So consider all these factors, guys, before you making your investment decision. Also, please make sure to do your own due diligence as well before investing money. Because this information is just for the educational and entertainment purposes only. So also please read the disclaimer in the description box for more information and do your own research and take the correct investment decision. So that's all for now, guys. Hope to see you again in the next video. Have a beautiful day.